Just wanted to do a quick initial impression of the Stage's power meter. I got it yesterday and I went for a quick ride at 225 watts for half an hour just to see what 225 watts felt like. It was quite interesting. I really wanted to, what I was most interested in was the cadence, and keeping the cadence is, and the power is quite tricky, but the higher the cadence, when you get up to 90 or 100, it's easier to keep the watts, so I can see why people were saying that. One of the things that I really wanted to put on the video was when you get to something like over a 10% climb, maybe 16% climb, is if you're running a 50, 34, 11, 28 at the back, you cannot spin at 250 watts up a 16% climb because in the 34, 28, because if you try to keep on top of the gear, it shoots up over 300 watts. If you try to lessen it down to stick to 250 watts, and then you're kind of just below the gear, so you're kind of just like, and it's, you know, then you're sort of, you're not grinding, but you're sort of on the edge of getting more pressure and fatigue in your legs, you know, when you've, you've got more weight in it, like you're pushing down a bit more. So when Duran rider says that you need a 1132 on the back to keep the watts steady, is completely right. You know, people argue with him all the time, but yep, they are fucking wrong. I saw it exactly for myself. Shit, the screen's gone dead. So definitely, if you are climbing climbs and you are like not a pro racer or something, and you're riding an 1128 at the back, there is no way that you're keeping your watts down. So if you're doing like hour and a half, 2 hour rides, maybe like longer 4 hour rides, and you find that you're getting fatigued, I can guarantee you it's because your watts are shooting up and you're not realizing it if you haven't got a power meter. So that's the first impressions that I wanted to give on that. That it is useful. When you first test it, you want to pick somewhere that is not busy. I went on a bike trail ride, which is concrete anyway, because I found I was looking down at the power meter all the time. I was looking at the cadence, I was looking at the power, and I was trying to get it to spin and stay on the 90 to 100 RPMs. And that's not as easy as what you think it is. I spin quite a lot, quite fast, people have told me. And especially when I'm going for up a hill, I spin quite fast. With the cadence and the power meter, I could see that I wasn't, when I was generally riding around, I wasn't spinning at 90 at all. Sometimes it's 80 or 70, which isn't so bad, but I can see why the fatigue was building up over time. So it's definitely, first impressions is it's a good purchase. Not entirely needed. I don't think you, I don't think that it is, and I don't think it, fucking hell, tongue-tied here. I don't think you have to have it as a rider, but I was curious, and I will make a few more videos giving my impressions of what I experienced from using it. At the moment, it is pretty cool, and I need to go for a ride and burn this sugar off. If there's any questions, ask me down there, because like I said, I don't think that everybody needs it, but I think you'd be surprised if you don't use a cadence meter, because I was looking at cadence. If you don't use a cadence meter, you'd be surprised how the difference between thinking you're on the top of the gear and not being on top of the gear. I followed someone yesterday, or the day, no, not yesterday, the day before, up the same path that I went up yesterday at 250 watts, and I stuck behind them because they went past me, and I stuck behind them, which sometimes, you know, probably a lot of you do that. You stick behind someone, you know that they probably have gone past you faster than what they're going to go, and you're going slow anyway, so you stick behind them and you pedal just to push them that little bit faster than what they probably would have wanted to go for longer than what they wanted to go. And this happened further up the path. The guy eventually, after about 25 minutes, he pulled in and gave up. And you know, we all do it, right? But what I was going to say is, I thought that I was spinning yesterday at quite on top of the gear just about, but after using the power meter and actually seeing the cadence and seeing the power, I realized that I was just off. And I think that fatigue builds up over time. So if you've got two bikes, sell one and put a power meter on it.